Coach, obviously disappointing to see it go this way. What do you think led to some of the struggles you guys had today?
Yeah, I don't our precision in detail. I know it's going to be on repeat, and the reality of it is, man, there was again a lot of really good football, and every moment we had the opportunity to kind of break this thing open, we kept them in the football game. And unfortunately, you can't do that against a really good football team. I thought we had great momentum. Thought we had a great plan. Just some lack of execution in some critical moments, and again, those things continue to creep up on us right now.
The interception that Rocco threw in the first half, was that just an instance of miscommunication, or what do you remember happening on that play from your perspective?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think that they pressured us in that situation. We didn't have great protection, and I think that, where the ball went probably isn't where we wanted the ball to be able to go. Now, a lot of things have to happen for that to be successful, right? You have to have better protection, and that's part of football. So, an area we'll have to clean up because that was certainly a critical play in the game.
What did Bachmeier do today that allowed him to be so successful throwing?
Geez, we allowed him to get into a rhythm. I think we wanted to get into a football game where we could try to dictate the line of scrimmage. Felt like we were able to do that early on. And then I just felt like, again, their guys were able to make some great plays. He was able to extend some plays and certainly make some plays down the field. Again, I think you're going to see there was probably a couple plays where there was broken coverage of, man, the safeties are playing one thing, the corners are playing another thing. And, I think a little bit of that communication-wise, we just got to keep pounding away with. There's some youth out there that's playing, and we just got to be better. But certainly tip your hat to him. He's an outstanding football player.
No penalties in the first half, and then they kind of creep back in the second half. How frustrating is that?
Well, it's frustrating because I think some of those are coming from, a lack of poise right now, and I think you see that with our football team. And again, that's on me as the head football coach, and I also think that's on a young football team trying to grind through, a challenge right now. And so I don't see it as a lack of effort. I certainly don't see it as a lack of fight, but our detail and precision, we just got to be better in the moment. And those are things that we got to keep pounding away at. It starts with the head football coach, and we'll continue to do a great job of working on those things.
How do you evaluate or think about a game where you guys play pretty good football for big stretches and then kind of undo it with big moments?
I feel like this is not the tale of the last, really, I feel like it's the last 10 quarters we played. The second half of Cincinnati, all of the Colorado game and this game. And, again, I feel like we're like inches away from being, the team we want to be. And you're fighting through a lot of stuff, right? You're fighting through a lot of different things, and I give our kids a lot of credit. We got to continue to pound away at it. There's only one answer that I have is you got to go to work. This isn't, you don't see a team that's quitting. You don't see a team that's not playing really hard. You see a team that, there's a couple moments where you feel like, we're kind of trying to press the envelope and we're making some critical errors, and we got to be better.
When you say press the envelope, is that guys trying to do too much or going to the edge of what they're capable of, or how do you?
Yeah, I would think probably. I think we got globally a lot of guys that are pressing to. I think when you have a team that cares like our kids, and man, they are straining to get the job done. You put a lot of pressure on yourself, and I think coaches are the same way. So I think we're globally have to continue to pound our way through this thing. As I've said to the kids, and I'll continue to say, like, it's not easy. If it was easy, anybody could do it. Courage is the ability to kind of put your ass on the line and be able to do what others can't and won't do. And, I think the reality of our kids got to keep showing up, and we got to keep fighting through it. And great thing is we got great kids, and we really got a great coaching staff.
How frustrating was that 14-point swing early in the fourth quarter with the special teams blunder and then them capitalizing on the pick six?
Yeah, man, buddy. Those are tough. Obviously, Benny, great young kid, trying to do a great job, doesn't hear the call, and it ends up hitting him. Our details got to be better in that moment for sure. And then, obviously you get the ball back and, you turn the thing back over. We didn't finish the half very well, and we didn't finish the fourth quarter very well, and our finish has got to be a lot better for sure.
And what do you think of Rocco back today, after Colorado coming back today?
Yeah, I think Rocco probably is very similar to our entire football team right now. Man, he is playing a lot of really good football. There are some critical moments that, like all of us, we got to probably be a little bit better in the moment. He knows that, we know that, but boy, the fight, man, his ability to keep playing, his ability to put our football team in a really great position to have success, he's continued to do that, and it's not easy. So, proud of him, know we'll get better, and we'll keep growing through it.
Matt, you mentioned that end of half. You get the momentum play, you get the touchdown. For them to march right back, I think they got a 4th and 2. How big of a moment was that?
Yeah, I thought it was huge. You know, and again, those are, you talk about the end of the half and you talk about the start of the fourth quarter, right? I mean, you're right there to you know, you've got the momentum, you're rolling, and it doesn't help. We don't get a great kick on the kickoff return. The ball starts on the 40-yard line right before half. And you know, that was certainly a challenge. And then you got a short field and the inability a couple times. I think we had 2 opportunities to really get off the field there, or at least hold them to a field goal. We weren't able to do that. And then the same thing in the fourth quarter. You know, we're kind of get the momentum back. We get a big stop. We just scored a touchdown, and then obviously you got the special teams there. And you know, like it's a goofy, fluky situation that is what it is. But that's part of it right now. We got to be better, and we got to demand it better. Again, it starts with the head football coach. I'll find a way to be better, and we'll find a way to be better.